Okay, guys, the Married at First Sight Houston season reunion part 2 is about to begin, and we are going to start where we left off last week with Zach and Michaela.
And he said that he would deny it. That's not true, man. Like, I wouldn't kiss her before, and I'm not kissing her after. So now I'm kissing on the 1 month anniversary. On your 1 month anniversary, you didn't even kiss her? No.
Zach is lying. Why would you get a hotel room to what? Play cards, Zach? I'm gonna need you to stop lying.
Right now, I feel like she's one of the great pathological liars. It's actually pretty insane. Let's clear it all up. No, I'm tired of it. I'm done. If he wants to call me out on my lies, he can do it to my face. If someone's saying that, then like, obviously not thinking about it. And in fact, she wanted this, so this is what she got. So it's on her. Let's unpack this. Everything I said was true. If you really want to talk together, you can you have my number. You can block me. I really do wish the best for you.
Okay, Michaela, here's Hurricane K has entered the building.
She had time alone. I'm not going to give you my time. I'm not participating anymore. Hold on. Listen, guys, come on. I'm not even going to enter.
It's the antics for me, guys. It is the antics for me. What happened to? I don't even know. This is just too much. They want so much drama and ratings that they're just doing the most right now. And Zach low-key loves the attention.
Okay, Zach, I'm gonna give you your time. Let's move on. Did Michaela after decision day move in with you? No, hell no. So did she say this? Let me tell you what happened after decision day. We got to it because of how decision day went. And so we're walking in the street, we get in an argument, and she's kind of like yelling at me. In this moment, I'm done. I'm not even trying to be done with you after this. I'm done. Okay, so we drive back in her car. I'm driving because she's kind of tipsy, and she's like, "Let me get out the car. Get out the car now." She hits her like door. And so she breaks the window in her car. And then she tells me that something happened at work. So I'm not going to abandon Michaela in this moment. So I said, okay, cool, stay with me. And this week, we're going to part ways. And so we got intimate during those 4 days. Wait, so you felt like if I have sex with her, it'll help her? I felt like I kept rejecting her. And it felt like I felt bad.
Oh gosh, Zach, here we go with the lies. You did this for your own satisfaction. Don't sit here acting like you were trying to help Michaela out. See, this is the confusion that she is stuck in. You say one thing and do the other. Zach, I'm gonna need you to knock it off.
I don't understand that, but I'm not leading her on. I'm not saying these things that like makes it clear this is going to work because at the same time, I'm getting scolded by Dr. Pepper about like what she say, forecast the future. Like I would say, this is probably not gonna work out. But now you're telling me I'm leading her on. I mean, Zach, let's be honest. You said glowing things about her. Outside of my mom, you were the most amazing.
Outside of your mom, boy, goodbye.
I actually see today as the beginning for us, the beginning of something new and something better. Let's see where this goes. You said she was a great woman and that you were in this relationship to make it work. True. And also, Mikhail says you played her. That's so funny, though. I don't know what that means. Like, what do you mean play her? That you played on her feelings. That you played on her feelings knowing that, she was in love or at least in very heavy light with you. So I played her to get what? To do what? Michaela, what are you talking about? Text me what you mean by that, because it makes no sense. Ask him if I can come in. Why can't y'all be cordial?
Why is he saying to text me? Didn't he just say he was blocked? Zach, get it together.
She said that I was the only one that didn't want the cameras on, so I could act a different way when the cameras were off. Because he can. I'm not going to get in an argument with her on TV. I'm tired of it. I'm done. But what you're saying is she is fabricating the story. It was insane. And so you didn't tell her, don't talk about you all being intimate. No. How does that make any sense? Like, make it make sense to me. Basically, you're saying you don't trust her reaction. Yeah, no, I definitely don't. No, I don't. I just don't want to have any more trivial, childish conversations about who said what happened this, who said this.
That's because you don't want to get caught out in a lie, Zach. You try to play both sides of the fence. 1 minute, you're acting like you're so afraid of Michaela, and then the next minute, you have her come into your place after decision day and get intimate with her for 4 days. Like, you make it make sense, Zach. You make it make sense.
I came to this really happy to sit next to her, talk about it, laugh at clips, and that could not happen. So, no. Okay. All right, let's move on. How long before you will date again? I don't know, hopefully soon, man. Like, I want kids,
Hopefully
you know,
soon.
love
Zach, you don't need to be dating anyone. You need to go to therapy.
I don't know about the marriage thing anymore. Oh, Zachary. Wait a minute, this soured you on marriage? Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know, because I still want the marriage, but I'm questioning it now. I definitely want kids, so no matter what, I'm having kids. Listen.
You having kids? You need to grow up yourself. You are a whole kid, a whole grown kid yourself. Don't worry about having kids. Worry about getting your emotions in check, going to therapy, and getting your manhood together so you can handle tough situations, be able to resolve conflict without running away every chance something does not go your way.
We just didn't work together. I know it's gonna be tough to watch, and I will always be here for you. Like, I mean that. Like, I will always be here for you. You call me, you need something, I got you.
What? Zach, you are just so confusing. You'll always be there for her, but then you ran away when she stormed the stage. Which one is it? Which one is it?
It's the real deal. You're married to someone. So, listen, I commend you for going through the process. Wish you the best going forward, all right? All right, thanks, Kevin. Take care, man. All right, we'll see you in a little while. Now, let's just keep this train moving. I don't think anyone could have predicted the trajectory.
And I want to know, why is Kevin talking to them through the screen? Didn't he get his COVID vaccine? Shouldn't he be in the room with the rest of the cast? Why is he off to the side? I guess he's not on the vaccine train. Uh-oh. Bao and Johnny. Dun dun dun.
I mean, there are some fundamental differences, a lot of similarities, but also a lot of differences. I feel like in some ways we were very similar in ways that were not complementary. So that's how I feel.
I agree. There was a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences. And if Johnny wasn't so focused on the negative side of things, they could have possibly made this marriage work.
I was very surprised by how many ups and downs we had. I guess I've always had this very ideal image of
Johnny says he was surprised by the ups and downs. You were the cause. You were the cause of the downs, buddy. You threw tantrums, walked away, left, went to your house, checked out. Like, what are you talking about?
Some part of it, yeah, honestly.
Johnny, how are you going now?
I'm doing good. It's kind of like I left this marriage maybe with a divorce, but with a good group of people that I really care about and I enjoy hanging out with.
Have you guys had any interactions in the last few months?
I've seen her at these mutual kind of events that we go to. So when the whole cast meets up, I'll see her, but otherwise, no.
Okay, look, I know it was a
I know that's right. Bao said, I'm going to say no, and I want nothing else to do with you. Unlike her boy Zach over here talking about, I want a divorce, but can you move in with me so we can be intimate for 4 days? What is wrong with you, Zach?
Anniversary was so much fun. I feel like there were a lot of great memories.
Johnny, how about you?
Yeah, we had so many good moments. You know, like we'd be given homework assignments from the experts, and those were super fun. And for some reason, it always seemed like it came at the best possible moment where we were like on our way down, and it was like a pick me up. And those moments I'll never forget.
It's funny you mentioned the homework assignment.
Sidebar, I mean, Johnny's looking a little refreshed, but Bao is looking a little down today. What happened to all that spice she had for decision day? Why is she looking kind of down? I guess she just doesn't even want to sit next to Johnny on this couch right now.
Hello, Johnny and Bao. You are receiving this basket because I want you to have fun together.
Oh my God! Why are they playing this clip with them and these this sex toy reenactments and costumes? They shouldn't even be playing this because it's uncomfortable with two people who are no longer together, and I'm pretty sure Bao does not want to see all of this.
Is this where the tension is in your lower back? Bear with me, patient. No, your heart rate seems to be elevated.
Okay, pardon me right here.
No, like grab it like this.
Right here? Right here?
Yeah, right here.
This thing right here, the room? I like when you grab it too. You should grab it more. I feel like this exercise was much needed.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a great massage.
Maybe later I can remove these pants.
You let her remove everything.
That can be arranged. Not subtle.
Wow.
You still look like you're having a lot of fun and you enjoyed yourself.
Yes. That was a great night. I remember afterwards too. That was.
Oh, that was a great night, Johnny. Why? Because you were drinking? Because once you're sober, all of a sudden, Bao is the worst person you've ever met in life.
What were we talking about off camera that is so different? I'll volunteer something.
And later, now that this is over, most of you are single. Who do you think may have been better suited to be with someone else?
See, now Kevin is asking questions just to be messy, and I'm telling you, this season has been the season that just keeps on giving when it comes to being messy, being a hot mess, being a whole roller coaster.
Theo is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon. So now.
So, what do you all think of the Houston season? Put your thoughts in the comments. Do you guys think there's any possible matches amongst the group that the experts just got it wrong, or do you guys just think that none of these people need to be together? I mean, they formulate some friendships, but other than that, they all just need to go their separate ways. So I had said during the first 5 minutes, well, 5 minutes prior to the episode, that my favorite co-host, therapist Ro, was supposed to join me tonight in talking about the second part of the reunion, but she's not feeling well tonight, so it's just me. I did a whole spiel at the beginning, but I'm not sure if the recording is at the beginning, so I just wanted to let you guys know that I am a hopeful romantic and I believe in marriage. I used to watch Married at First Sight because it was giving me hope for two strangers that would come together and have the chance to fall in love with the help of experts to have a successful marriage and go on to add to their families. But now, these last couple of seasons seem to just be a hot mess. I feel like they have turned marriage into a mockery, and I really hope in future seasons they will do a better job at picking better matches and putting people together to set them up for a successful marriage.
Welcome back to the Married at First Sight reunion. I'm here with Johnny and Val. Lots more to cover. I just want to pick up where we left off because there's so much to discuss. So, Val, when did things go south for you?
That's hard, honestly, very hard for me to pinpoint. Because I do feel like I wanted it to work. I mean, I was like, this needs to work. This has to work. I mean, I just don't know exactly when it fell off for me, but it did.
But was there a time you felt unprotected or you felt
From
like
the beginning, I felt like I was being judged early on. I definitely felt way more anxious than I normally am in a secure relationship. But I figured, it's like you might have some obstacles, but that doesn't mean like a few obstacles is gonna ruin your marriage if you don't let it.
Johnny, when did it go south for you?
I don't know.
Johnny, what you mean you don't know? It went south from the time you saw Bao walk around the corner because you were thinking, damn it, I can't believe I'm matching with this girl. I didn't like her, like you said, 15 years ago. Why am I going to be married to this girl? So that's when you first made up your mind that this marriage was not going to work. And then you just decided to just tear her apart every chance you got.
So I remember I didn't sleep that night, but I think that was the point where I felt like we couldn't turn back.
We're going to take a look real quick at some of the tougher times in your relationship. Watch this.
So like controlling, manipulative, calculating, like I don't want that in a wife.
His 100% is different from my 100%. That should be okay. He asked me to put 100% in.
He's back there throwing a tantrum, a mantrum, yelling and screaming like a little kid in the back room. Like, what is wrong with you, Johnny? Get it together. With your little pink shorts on.
This is insane.
Why are you blowing
This
up?
is incredible.
Why are you blowing up? We're just talking. We're just talking.
Johnny's a terrible communicator, by the way. It's like the minute Bao says something he doesn't like, he low key is explosive. He's not like Hurricane K where he'll flip the table, but he just starts with his huffing and puffing and making her uncomfortable.
That I would love to say. One thing I'll say during the entire process, this social experiment, this marriage journey, whatever you want to call it, is that I felt like I could not speak my mind.
Why not?
You cannot speak your mind. All you did was speak your mind, Johnny. What are you talking about?
Talk about things off camera first. Val very early told me she had social anxiety. And so we ended up having a lot of conversations off camera. We had a lot of moments in our relationship off camera. I really, looking back, wish that we had not done that because there's so much missing.
Like what? I mean, give us some insight.
Say it. Whatever it is on your mind. What were we talking about off camera that is so different?
Yes, Bao, call him out. Say it.
Here's something
I can't hear nothing, Johnny. I can't hear nothing.
about our sex life with the world. I wanted to be sure that we were on the same page about how much we share about our sex life because I am worried about how that comes off with my family. I mean, I care about my career, and I'll admit, I'll own up to that. Like, I do care about that, but I don't think that's wrong or like calculating or like duplicitous of me. I still wouldn't want to air all of my laundry out there to everybody because I feel like that's something we should keep in our relationship as private.
Did you hide when you consummated your marriage?
Yeah, we did. That's the honest truth. We did. I wanted us to be on the same page about when we would come out about our sex life. And I wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready.
Her perspective is one way. My perspective is a different way.
What is your perspective, Johnny? Because you're not saying anything here.
Look good.
Like what? Give examples.
Exactly. Give examples.
If that were 100% true what you're saying, I wouldn't open up about these vulnerabilities. Like I had opened up with you, and then I felt judged for those things.
Why me?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not my intent.
Do you understand why Johnny?
Intent and impact are two different things, Johnny. The way you acted and came across, you were always judging Val and always putting her down. Very mean.
Have you ever planned a conversation for the show?
No. When you say planned a conversation, like when you plan to go into a serious talk, yes, I will plan those things because those are serious talks. Do you not?
I don't.
You just wing every single talk we have that's serious that needs to be considered. But I don't think that makes me fake.
I signed up for this being very comfortable with who I am and being very comfortable with being filmed. I want my
Johnny, stop it.
to be captured.
You are not comfortable being filmed because you went in that back room and yelled and screamed like a little 3-year-old.
You told me you had social anxiety and you didn't want to have all these intimate moments on camera, and I did that. What ends up happening is that so much of our story is not there.
I'm protective of my family. My family didn't want to be filmed. So it's like, okay, let's meet with them, reassure them, talk with them, and then have them feel comfortable about what we can talk about and what we as off limits. Which I think is fair. What's fake about that?
I think to me it's just the kind of my approach when I came into here. I came into this process.
Johnny, you're just making up stuff. Just knock it off. Once again, you're trying to figure out a way to make Val look bad, and she's calling you out. You can't even give examples. You're just saying that, oh, we didn't have intimate conversations on camera that we had off camera. What conversations are you referring to?
What were you hiding from Johnny?
I wasn't hiding anything from you. And I've clearly explained, like, yeah, I'm different in different groups because of different interests. I am a certain way with my professional life. I'm different with friends that, have an interest in politics. These are all different angles of who I am. I'm multifaceted. That doesn't mean I'm different.
Right. And I'm not saying conversations are different with different groups. I'm saying more like your personality, who you are. One of the conversations we had earlier.
Johnny, you're just talking in circles. You and Ryan, y'all should be matched together. All you do is talk. You, Ryan, and Zach, all y'all do is talk in circles and say nothing.
It just felt like you're playing the victim.
Playing the victim?
Guys, clearly there's more we need.
Johnny, did you not watch the season? All of the rude, mean, crude things that you said to this woman, you sat in her face and said, I wish I could have been matched with anybody else except for her. And you want to act like she's playing the victim? As we sit through these commercial breaks, be sure to like this video, subscribe, put your thoughts in the comments. I am grateful for everyone who is on with me tonight. Thank you very much. Your support is greatly appreciated. This channel is about breaking down relationship dynamics in real life and on TV. Be sure to check out my playlist in the description after this live. Um, I am just so glad we're almost at the finish line with season 13, Houston edition of Married at First Sight. And I can't wait for it to
There were so many times that I felt like I couldn't speak freely because I hadn't yet to consult with my wife. I felt like Val had isolated me. I was drowning, and I was going down this path where I was just eventually just going to lose.
Johnny's over here making up stuff, talking about some he felt like he was drowning. Drowning in what?
The irony of it is like that was not my intention. Obviously, my hope was that we would come together. It was about being together, not putting you on an island. That was never my intention, and it did make me feel like you wanted to put yourself on that island.
Decision day comes. You are clearly unhappy. You say you're drowning, and yet you decided to stay married. Why?
Exactly. Thank you, Kevin. Why did you say yes if you were drowning, Johnny?
I was breaking down. I was breaking down. It succeeded. Whatever Val was doing to me, it worked because I did feel like a broken man.
He needs to. No, you were a broken man before Val, and you are still a broken man that needs to go to therapy because you have daddy issues.
That's the end of it. To me, I kind of was this a proponent of no, as in this didn't work for me, but who knows? But because Val made it very clear that a no on decision day for her meant we are done. I said yes. And what if Val, outside of all this, is no longer like insecure? She doesn't have to think about how people are going to perceive her. Sometimes people deal with insecurity by putting on a mask, and then you want to present yourself a very specific way. As soon as the cameras are on and we no longer have any interviews, who are you really?
Have you ever considered that maybe the person that does care about how they come off, to their family and friends and coworkers is also the real me? Like, I do care about that, and I own up to it. That is what I care about. That's me. The reality is, you got all of me. You just didn't like what you got.
Preach, Val. You got Johnny got all of you, and he tore you. He's the one who tried to tear you down and just make you feel like you weren't worthy of his whatever gift he thought he was going to be able to give you. Johnny really thinks he's the prize. Johnny, I'm gonna need you to go have several seats.
Throughout the journey that I was trying.
I know you feel like it, but if I'm voicing the concern, why wouldn't you just acknowledge what I'm saying?
It's never good. Enough.
All right, let's switch gears. Val, how things changed for you since decision day?
I'm back in my house, getting back into the groove of things. I'm feeling good. I'm happier now, honestly.
Has being married to Johnny given you any insight on what you'll look for in your next partner?
It's given me insight into me because I just do feel like I was surprisingly patient. there were a lot of times in this marriage that I surprised myself in doing things that I didn't think that I would be brave enough to do. I feel
I commend you, Bao. You were very patient with Johnny. You were very kind, even when you could have just pulled a Hurricane K.
Since decision day, I felt like I had a lot of negative feelings about the process, and I started doing relationship therapy. I think I'm on my 6th session now.
Relationship therapy? You need to do individual therapy. Don't worry about a relationship right now, Johnny. Worry about healing yourself from within. Then you can talk about relationship therapy, because you are in no shape for a relationship at all.
Been dating someone for about a month.
You're already dating someone for about a month?
What do you think of Johnny dating?
I'm happy to hear that.
Have you begun to date yet?
Me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have.
But I'm not going to talk too much about it. Ultimately, I will find my happiness. So
Oh, so they're both dating. Okay, now I wonder if, like the streets were saying, if she's dating Zach, we shall see as this part 2 unfolds.
Well, yeah, there are rumors that you were dating a cast member.
No. Yeah, I've heard some rumors, but that's not it.
You spend a lot of time with Mirla, and so a lot of people were speculating that you two might be seeing each other. Look at Val smile. Have you heard those rumors?
I think everybody's heard rumors. There's a lot of rumors just kind of swirling around.
So you do like her.
I love Mirla. I think if we had been matched on the show, it would have been a really fun experience.
Oh, Johnny says he loves Mirla and he wish he would have been matched with her. That's real interesting.
And I don't find anything that I couldn't accommodate to.
I love this seeing you guys reaching a place of mutual understanding.
As long as Johnny's happy, I'm happy. I'm honestly, I'm not. I mean, our marriage is dissolved, and I mean, Johnny, I still think he's a great guy.
I want to echo that. I think Val is a great catch for the right guy. I'm just not that guy.
You're not that guy, Johnny. You're definitely not that guy.
Right. And
It's
that's
just kind
okay.
of a mismatch, and it's okay. Somebody told me like
It's only a mismatch because you decided that you are going to shred Val to pieces and find everything negative about her. Had you been more positive and focused on the things that she was doing versus what she wasn't doing, you guys actually had a chance, Johnny.
This is all like a campaign
You
trail.
were willing to trade Val for Mirla.
this is uncharted territory.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We're here now. We're here now. Who would have been a better match in an entire cast? If you just broke the cast down and you mixed them up.
I think Brett and Gil would have been a good match.
I think I would second that actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh wow, so they're thinking. So here we go with the messiness, Kevin. We're trying to see who would match up better. Val and Ryan? I don't think so. I don't think Ryan couldn't find a match even if he tried, because he has no personality. He's dry and he needs therapy to work on his issues with losing his best friend, his issues with his dad not spending time with him when he was younger. So I don't think there was anyone on the cast that Ryan could have matched with that would have turned into anything significant.
You both deserve to be happy.
But Brett and Gil, that would have been an interesting match.
When we come back from break, I'm going to get all the ladies from Houston together on the stage, and there is a lot to talk about. We'll be right back. Coming up, Rachel, do they know the update?
Oh my god. This is awkward.
So let me know in the comments. Do you guys really think that if they match Gil with Brett, that would have been like a successful match? I'm not sure. I mean, Brett is down to earth and everything, but something's telling me she's not into the chocolate. So what do you guys think? Do you think Brett and Gil would have made a good match? I think Jose and Rachel, the two of them being matched was probably the best match for them too, and then everybody else, it was just a toss up. And I think the experts just decided they were going to mix it up, put two people together, and not really dig into see if the matches were actually going to be successful this season.
Like Houston reunion. Now we've already heard from all the men, so it's only fair that we hear from the women's side of what went down in Houston. Ladies, how are you doing? I feel like this is very first night.
All the ladies look nice, but I just want to say that Brett needed some boob tape to put those girls up because they are really sitting low, hanging a little low, and like the dress is just too. It doesn't. It's not doing it. It's not doing it for me for her body. She has a nice body. She's a beautiful woman, but she needs to hike those boobs up.
Ladies had a lot of fun times together, but let's go back to the bachelorette party. And Michaela was in it.
We should have known Michaela was going to be uh, a little firecracker based on the bachelorette party. I mean, she seemed to be having fun in the beginning. I thought she was just gonna be a fun girl, but then she turned into Hurricane K.
Michaela, you're having a good time, weren't you?
I was having an amazing time. So much fun. I was getting married. It's a party. The winter storm is coming, so I now live it up how we can. Yeah, it was fun.
Brett, by the way, what are the odds that you were the one who hadn't dated or been intimate with someone in 2 years?
Yes, we know, 2 years.
2 years, but you were the only one who didn't consummate your marriage.
That's right.
You surprised by that now?
Yes and no. It's all about emotions for me, so that's why the 2 year thing happens. You know, if you're not filling up my emotional tank, you don't.
Poor Brett. That green looks beautiful on her, but that V-neck is a no.
Yeah.
You're like, please y'all stop.
I did it to myself. It's fine. One of those years was COVID, okay?
Oh, good point. Yeah, I swear.
And Mirla with those boots and that dress, it's a no.
Or has it been a while?
No fear. No fear. I do not fear any type of intimacy, emotional, physical, none of it. 100% fun with all of that.
So was it tough to watch Brett going through this, the struggle, the prospect? I see you shaking your head, going through these hard times.
It was, but I don't want to cry. I readily admit that. I don't think that I should be shy about that. I felt like he was way more invested in Zach and I's relationship than he was in his own.
Okay, Michaela. Okay, Michaela, tell us how you really feel.
You know, that's that.
She said, I don't like Ryan. He was way more invested in us than he was in his own marriage. So basically, Ryan, mind your business.
Honestly, baby.
No wonder she was low-key cussing him out at the couples retreat when she was trying to make Zach stay.
For it to be a no, I really don't think emotionally I can come back from that. If it's a yes and it ends up being a no later, fine. But a yes to me is like, all right, it might be right now, but we can work on it. And I see potential in this, and let's just see where it goes. I reflect on the possibility that I might say yes and Johnny says no, and that's it for me. For me, a no is like, I'm done with this.
All of a sudden, when Val was talking, it was business.
We call her President Bow.
Yeah. Right before decision day, she was like, it's lit.
Once I've made my decision.
Did you make a spreadsheet for that?
No, I didn't.
Pros and cons
didn't?
list?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I
You didn't make
did
a
not.
pros and cons list?
Not for this
Come
one.
on, Bow.
I did not.
You gotta be lying.
No. I swear I didn't.
Gotta be.
Let's change topics. I just found out tonight that Rachel and Jose had broken up after decision day. I'm sure you ladies have been kept in the loop about this. Rachel, do they know the update?
We are like officially together working towards keeping the marriage. And now like we're not gonna get divorced. We're gonna really try and make this work.
This is new information to me.
Mirla's like, oh no, I just lost my traveling buddy. What do you mean you getting back together with your husband? What are you doing, girl?
Working, he did this. And now I'm like, oh, it might work. And it's embarrassing to be like,
Because now we're mad at him and we're like,
yeah. And I want us all to be able to hang out. And when you see Jose and I together, it's like, oh, instead of,
I definitely have to work through that. Well, it's a beautiful thing that you were able to admit. I'm still hurt by that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah.
I like you. So we will work through this together as long as you're happy. So, yeah, and as long as you are absolutely.
Guys, let's talk about
Mirla is like a different person on these reunions. Like she's piping up and she's like, she's just saying what she needs to say.
Ladies, when you heard the news, what did you think?
I thought you guys were happy, and then I find out later, and it took me by surprise. I didn't expect it at all.
Rachel, did you know?
We're the ones that said yes, you know, on decision day and decided to take that next step with our partners. And then she tells me, and I'm completely shocked, you know, but she does tell me her side of the story, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And we had a lot of stuff in common of what we were struggling with.
I don't think that he brought the best in me because, and that's how I truly knew. You don't call me high maintenance all the time. You don't, call me a diva. You like nice things. Great. And I just want to be with somebody who doesn't make that a big deal.
There, let me just tell you something. My family makes fun of me all the time because I like really nice things. And there's no shame in that game. It's all right. It's all good. All right. I have a special treat for all y'all. You know, put a little package together. Mirla and her moments. I wouldn't call it bougie. I just call it Mirla being Mirla.
My chest is
And we love it.
I know what I went through.
We all know that by now. I don't like sparkly stuff. I don't want foundation. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take it off if it looks like that. Oh, I don't like that one. I look like I have a double chin.
Is that good?
I think it's sticking to my face. I don't think that I look fashionable, but okay.
I'm sure you do.
I prefer the presidential suite we were in over there. My pool is better than that pool.
Nice view, though.
in the dark. I'm a little diva.
How many questions do you need, first of all?
So Mirla said that she doesn't feel Gil was bringing the best out in her, but is she bringing the best out in herself with all of this complaining? I'll wait.
Is this ice cream? Vegan?
Maybe.
I don't do dairy. I like new apartments.
You like everything.
It's okay to be pushy.
You love yourself.
Who doesn't love themselves?
I'm just saying. She's a very unique princess. You choose to be like this. It chose you.
Life chose me.
Oh.
I feel special.
She is unapologetically herself. And that is something that I strive to do in my life.
Yes, Brett, I absolutely agree. Mirla is definitely unapologetically herself, and that is something I respect, but at the same time, she pipes up when she feels like it, but she should have been piping up and letting Gil know to stop saying some of the things that he was saying during the 8 weeks instead of waiting until after decision day to be like, listen, buddy, I'm not feeling you. Deuces.
I don't care about I need to have these shoes. If I like the shoes and they're pretty, I'll buy them.
Now, but that still doesn't mean you got a little bit of a demon now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not the only thing that brings me joy. That is not who I am.
Those are nice boots, though.
I know, right?
Those are nice boots, but not with that dress. And I just don't see Mirla actually rocking those boots. I remember listening to another YouTube video about Mirla's outfit, and they were saying those boots need to be with either Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion, and I agree. Now we're going to have a segment with the experts why they just love to drag out these episodes. I'm pretty sure they could wrap up this second part of the reunion in 1 hour, but they're going to find a way to drag this out. One thing Lifetime is always ready to do is drag out an episode. So sidebar, did you guys hear that Jamie has gotten booted for what's that they call it? The after show. So I'm wondering if Gil is gonna slide right on into that hosting gig because he stayed with the questions and I think he can really do a really good job. So I'm rooting for Gil to take over that position that Jamie was doing with the after show or whatever it is that they call it. I forget. It's not coming to me, but um Yeah, Jamie's no longer going to be doing that after show. Unfiltered is what it's called. Jamie Otis will no longer be hosting Unfiltered. Let's vote Gil in for Unfiltered.
Welcome to three of the most important people on the show. I mean, the ones who make
A big welcome to the three most important people on the show. Where have they been all season long? That's what I want to know.
Great to see y'all. How are you doing? Awesome. I have lots of questions, so can we hop right in?
Let's do it.
First of all,
Dr. Viviana looks beautiful as usual, but I feel like she uses this platform to show off her fashions. I mean, where have the experts been this whole season when everything was just unraveling for almost all of the couples? And then none of them held Jose accountable for flipping out on Rachel.
And this season proved to us that, goodness, we can only do so much.
We can only do so much. What did you do? What did you guys do is the question.
This is a tough choice. Surprises. I thought Bao and Johnny were going to be, the best couple ever.
yeah.
So
I have to agree, Dr. Pepper. I thought Johnny and Bao were going to be a great couple. I was completely rooting for them from day one, and then Johnny went completely south.
And let's start with the real roller coaster of the season, Zach and Michaela.
We had high hopes. Had they been open with each other and talked about their fears, talked about their hesitations.
No, Pastor Cal, had you guys been there and talked to them and helped them, maybe they could have. Well, actually, they don't need to be together. They don't need to be in a marriage. They both need counseling. But the experts have been MIA this season. They were kind of MIA last season as well.
I think she was ready for marriage, but I believe this process was just really a lot for her.
I think Cal's right. I think Zach's reaction was horror as opposed to helper. He could have been a better supporter, and therefore she probably would have been, less explosive. I wish he would learn that. I think she deserved it.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, let's move on to Brett Ryan.
No,
Y'all knew that Brett wasn't Ryan's type.
yeah.
Dr. Pepper, explain.
Well, one of the things we say is that somebody has always been dating their type. And if he dated a lot. And he dated a lot. And it's not working. Let's get out of that silo and into a different one.
The biggest challenge, I believe.
Okay, so Dr. Pepper saying and Dr. Viviana are also saying if you're always dating your type and it hasn't worked out, it's time to make a transition. But did they prepare Ryan for that transition? They just threw them together and was like, make it work. They were not having conversations. No one was facilitating, guiding them. These experts, what are they doing on the show? I don't even know why they're called experts at this point because they're not guiding these marriages at all.
It does feel like this was going the right direction and had potential like none other. 100%.
She's telling me in multiple visits, it's the best thing that ever happened to her.
I think that what you're seeing is complete and absolute fear. Fear. Yes. Some people are afraid of success. And when a person is living in that kind of fear, they tend to pick apart every challenge, every issue that comes upon.
Fear of success. Pastor Cal, what are you talking about right now? Mirla was not attracted to Gil from day one. She told y'all she didn't want no bald-headed man at the altar. And what did y'all do? Y'all turned around and gave her a bald-headed man. So she just played along and then unfortunately broke his heart at the end. And then she had to drink 25-cent martinis just to get through the talk with Dr. Pepper. That was that should, like, looking back, that was very telling, because it was like, girl, you had to be drunk to talk about your husband.
My husband has said that he's gonna get ready for hot boy summer.
A wet summer?
A hot boy summer.
What is a hot boy summer?
I don't know. Apparently, men get hot for the summer. It's supposed to be a girl thing. Hot girl summer. I express it's a public space and it's safe and we can leave whenever. So we already agreed upon what you call him?
Mirla is drunk.
I know you have been out partying with your friends.
She's drunk.
I know. And I want you to know that you're not sober yet. I mean, really.
I can't even believe they actually sat down to even have this conversation while she was intoxicated. That goes to show that they are not taking this process seriously, because they needed to reschedule. If someone's gonna show up drunk, then it's time to reschedule, because I can't talk to you while you're inebriated. Sorry.
Serious interaction, dead drunk. So I was kind of offended. Secondly, trying to figure out why she did that. I mean, you don't have like a bunch of drinks by accident, right?
Right.
Not before there's something important. So in some ways, it takes me back to the thing that Cal said about her being terrified and scared, but it was difficult.
Yeah, there's so much more to unpack when you talk to them. So I can't wait for that conversation of, let's move on to Johnny and Val. Viviana, after going through the whole matchmaking process and seeing how picky Val was, were you surprised at how low maintenance she was once she got married?
Val does seem to be a kind of go with the flow person on the outside, which I think puts people at ease around her. But under the surface, I think she has an underlying anxiety, so to say, that she's constantly calculating how she can make sure that things go her way or are favorable to what she wants. Everybody does that. She just has systems in place to make sure it happens.
We don't agree on this.
Wow.
You know I respect
Dr. Viviana is really trying to call Val out tonight.
I think we're all kind of manipulative.
I don't get that from her.
I don't get manipulated. I don't get manipulated from Val either. She is very logical. I agree, Pastor Cal.
In a lot of ways, a little over the top.
Decision day, Johnny comes in, and after, complaining about Val and staying away from Val, he says, yes, I want to stay married.
Exactly.
What was that?
So I think a yes on decision day from Johnny was saying, what if? What if I'm able to see the other side? What if I'm able to get a better full?
No, there is no what if. After you done drug her through the mud and spoke badly about her to your family, your friends, your neighbors, your dog, everybody, anybody that would listen, Johnny had something negative to say about Bao. So there is no what if anything. And I'm glad Bao stood up for herself and said, no, I am not going to continue on with this charade of a marriage.
That he needs to work on, and he's very controlling, and I don't think he understands the extent of it.
Right. She
And
went to bed after he locked her out.
it's scary, and I think she has every right to be hesitant about a man who would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Pepper nailed it. He does have controlling tendencies. And as a therapist, I know that control is all about really decreasing anxiety.
Deal with the anxiety first, people. Don't try to put her in a little cage. It's not going to work, especially.
Okay, Dr. Viviana, don't say deal with the anxiety first. Why aren't these people getting individual counseling prior to being matched? That's the question. So if you want them to deal with their individual issues prior to transferring their own insecurities onto their partners, why isn't individual counseling part of the process?
We didn't talk for a while. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and I gotta give kudos to Pascal because marriage is not for punks. And like.
So I find it interesting that Dr. Pepper is saying how controlling um, Jose is and how troubling it was for him to go to sleep after locking his wife out. But no one was holding him accountable. Not until Kevin basically drug it out of him. None of the experts were really holding his feet to the fire and really trying to get to the bottom of the reason why he thought it was a good idea to not only cuss her out from top to bottom, threaten to throw his ring at her, then turn around and lock her out. And then the icing on the cake is that the next day he is making himself a whole surf and turf, acting like nothing even happened. And he's all nonchalant about the situation, no remorse. He's just like, oh, so you want to leave? Go on. You want me to help you pack? Like, why was no one there to call him out on his stuff? I don't understand. And now they want to sit here and say how controlling and how Rachel should definitely be worried or hesitant. Where were you guys when this whole situation went down? I said this in my other review. Honestly, I feel like what Jose did to Rachel was worse than what quote unquote Hurricane K did during the couples retreat, because she acted a fool. I'm not going to lie. She went through and just had a complete meltdown, but she did not threaten Zach. She did not straight up cuss him out from top to bottom. And she didn't lock him out of a shared apartment that neither one of them paid for. Jose was saying something along the lines of, "Oh, I always lock up my property." Dude, this is not your property. This is a shared apartment that Lifetime is paying for. So, for you to have the audacity to lock this woman out, take your behind to sleep, and then wake up the next day as if nothing ever happened, that's borderline psychotic to me.
Pepper, Pastor Cal, and Dr. Viviana. Now, since decision day, Rachel and Jose have had a lot of issues with their marriage, but there's still hope that they can make it and find their happy ending. Rachel and Jose, come on out.
Rachel and Jose is the struggle couple for this season because honestly, it's 0 for 5 in Houston.
One chance to speak with this couple and help them through some of the difficulties that are going on right now.
Well, I guess first thing is, where is this relationship? What's happening?
First off, I gotta give kudos to Cal because marriage is not for punks, and marriage is tough. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and we've had highs of highs, lows of lows.
Once the experiment was over, we hit another roadblock. That one was kind of rough. It was moving into his house, that readjustment, kind of starting all over again. Because now this is the real world. And all we're doing is arguing over little things. So I'm thinking, oh, like, is this really what it's going to be like?
Rachel, you guys are arguing because you're moving into his house and he's controlling. Those are the reasons why you are arguing. I think, of course, it's the best option is to always give up a lease for an apartment to move into a house with a mortgage, but the ultimate goal is to go and be in a neutral space where both parties feel like it's their home and their home together, as opposed to you moving in with him or she's moving in or he's moving in with her. And with the way Jose's been acting, I mean, he said he had 2 homes. Just let Rachel live in the other house. How about that?
You needed to come back into this marriage, or still needed understanding and change.
The arguing about how we argue. Our problems are very simple, easy, like the finance, all that can be solved because it's compromised, but it's being passive aggressive, holding things in, letting things linger. We both have tendencies to do those kind of things. Being mean. Being mean. We saw it. It was there. And so when that kind of started,
Jose don't even know what to do with himself right now. Now that Dr. Viviana said being mean, he's just like doesn't even know what to do.
It just got difficult. So I thought the best thing for me and my happiness and everything is to get out of that situation.
I think you're a great guy, Jose. We wouldn't have picked you otherwise.
Absolutely.
And I think you're a really
Absolutely.
good couple. But I've seen some anger in you that needs, I think, professional address. Where it comes from, how you recognize it, how you avoid it, how you handle it, so that she can know that anger that she has experienced isn't going to resurface, or it's going to be manageable because you're going to understand it more and she's going to understand where it comes from. And so my wish for you is to address that.
Yeah, because you can be very dominating. Is that safe to say?
Sure.
Hey, come on.
I agree. Yes, sir. Good.
Yeah. So, and do you feel like sometimes he talks at you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've told you. Where do you think he's coming from?
So I know the intention is I want to help you out, but it's the tone, or it has a little condescending tone to it, and I don't take well to that, and so
I completely understand where Rachel's coming from, because I was in a marriage where my ex-husband anyway, has like, sometimes I think men don't recognize or realize that condescending tone, but they talk to you like as if you're not that bright, and that's not cool at all.
Gradually, if it starts to feel like our home, I'm very open to moving back in, but not tomorrow. I like the house. It's spacious. It had enough space for my things. I would like, later on, it would be nice to purchase a home together.
But you're both on the same page, is that you're working towards the marriage. I mean, are you going to get a divorce, or are you going to stay married? What have you finished putting a frame around this relationship?
we are keeping it slow. Like we're only seeing each other twice or maybe 3 times a week and spending the night maybe once a week. So I definitely want to increase that. Like I now feel like I really know him. The stronger we are, the closer we'll become to like, oh, for sure, we are here to be married, a long time.
I admire what you guys are doing.
Yes.
Because you said that you had shut it down, it's over, I'm done. And we've talked to a lot of people who have not recovered from that, who will not recover from that. But if you say I'm committed to this person, irrespective of whether or not I feel it right now, I'm going to do the actions of being committed, and the feelings will come back. And that's what you did.
Putting Jose's anger, little man syndrome aside, I do feel like deep down he is a good person and he wants to do well. He just needs some tools. So I hope that they're going to help him to get into some anger management, get into some therapy, to get to the root of some of his issues so he can recognize, like Dr. Pepper said, recognize where it's coming from and how to manage his behavior.
Just to really get y'all over these humps will be great.
I've always thought this was a great marriage with some real things that had to be fixed. So I do believe that you are committed enough to fix them and really go on from there to a great marriage.
So you guys are destined to be together, and the fact that you recovered, says volumes about your commitment to.
Okay, now,
Don't depend on how you feel.
Pastor Cal, you doing the most. Destined to be together. I don't know if they're destined to be together, but I think that they have some potential. And if Jose can work on some of his controlling tendencies, and Rachel stop worrying about having a hot girl summer, we can see where it goes.
Thanks, guys. Bye, guys. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll bring Mirla and Gil out here to meet with the experts, and maybe they can help guide them to a possible future together. We'll see. Don't go away.
Kevin, there is no future with Mirla and Gil. What are you talking about?
I don't blame you. This is my story.
It's looking like Mean Girl Mirla Part 2 is definitely about to come out, and I'm about to brace myself because it's heartbreaking to see her breaking Gil down. I mean, I know throughout the season he would say things, but honestly, I don't think he was trying to be malicious. He just has a set mindset that he needs to work on to get to a better growing growth mindset. And if she was more honest with him throughout the process and helped him to understand that some of the things that he was saying was either hurting her feelings or upsetting her, I think he would have made those adjustments. But now that she made him believe one thing and then she was feeling a different way on the inside the whole time, it just seems very deceitful. And that, it's like I feel bamboozled for him. And I don't know how I'm going to feel during this next I don't know how I'm going to feel during this next segment.
Houston reunion. Now, it is time for the experts to talk to another couple who has called it quits since decision day and see if they can help them figure out what went wrong and if there's any chance that maybe, just maybe, they could still have a future together. Marilyn and Gil, come on out.
They paid Kevin to say that because they know damn well there is no future with Mirla and Gil after the way she spoke to him last week.
To get some more answers to what happened and why they split. I think we're all shocked, and I think the experts want to get to the bottom of this. Dr. Pepper, I'm going to start with you.
Really, I am confused because I've been with you several times where you give me very powerful expressions of, I would say, love and attachment. So we have a clip that I want to show you, and then I want to ask you some questions after that. Do you feel grateful that he's in your life?
I do. Like above and beyond what I even expected was like, you pray for things, but you don't think that, you never really think that these things will happen. Like who he says he is what he showed me. And it's, for me, it's the small things. Like he makes the bed. That, to me, is like key to my heart. Like he doesn't have to do that. You know, it's like, it's 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes to do it. But for me, that's meaningful. He buys me flowers every week.
He sounds romantic, very romantic.
That's, for me, that's consistency. He opens the door for me everywhere we go. It doesn't matter if I'm driving or he's driving. For me, that is consistency.
So which one is it, Mirla? Make it make sense. Like, she is saying all of these nice things, but then I just don't understand.
What are you feeling? Yeah.
I was blindsided with with how everything went down. Obviously, she felt a certain way, and I never knew it. I didn't know it until it was actually over. I felt like it was a little unfair to me.
I agree, Gil. It was very unfair. He would have changed. He would have worked with her.
It was obviously something that we could have. Look, man, I don't want to be with somebody that doesn't want to be with me. I completely understand it. I'm perfectly fine with rejection. I've been through it. I just wish that my wife would obviously tell me, if she had any type of reservations against me. Hey, I like you, but I'm not really feeling you. Okay, cool. But what I got was, I'm in it. And so, obviously, dove head first. And, to get what I got and how I got it, it was hurtful. And obviously seeing that, it's just, ooh, man. I didn't shed one tear throughout this whole experience. And I can't even control myself right now. It's
Mirla is sitting there like the ice queen. Like, I ain't worried about what you're saying right now, Gil. Whatever.
Chemistry, no, and I was also honest about that. Like, it took me longer, and my attraction and all those things grew. I was truly happy that you make me happy throughout the whole process. But there were things that happened, and I can't, can I tell you, on this day, this happened. When I felt those feelings, like something's off. It doesn't feel the way I feel love. And I had to communicate that to you when I felt it. And that's when I told you those things, when I felt those things.
Really, it doesn't all add up.
No, it doesn't add up, Mirla. What you're saying doesn't make sense.
It was also the time when I came to your apartment and you two were snuggling and giving each other strong feelings, etc. And I want to know how that all just suddenly flips. I want to know if it really had to do with the money. I want to know what happened because all of us were flabbergasted, not to mention your husband. So I want specifics because you need to give us.
Yes, Dr. Pepper. Hold her feet to the fire. I want specifics too.
We talked about finances. Finances were an issue from day one. I mean, we had those conversations. We talked about savings. So those are things that we were working on. We talked about the differences in financial drive. I mean, that that doesn't drive me, that's okay. But for me, there were things that occurred after decision day where I didn't feel that.
What were those things, Mirla? What happened after decision day?
Financial decisions for us in our future.
believe you made rash decisions based on fear and not based on logic, not based on what your relationship actually was. There's no logical reason for you to have a relationship where things are going great. You both are feeling awesome. You're saying, I can be with you forever, et cetera, et cetera. And then because I don't feel financially secure, this is not going to work. I'm going to be straight with you. When I met my wife, I was broke. But a wife looks at her husband and starts seeing what they can build together. Okay? You didn't stay in it long enough to see that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand, and I think for me, had it just been the finances, like that's something we can work on. But for me, it was a combination of finances, things that we both value together, attraction and chemistry. I was not happy. So should I just stay in here because he's so happy with me, but I'm not happy and I can't give him the full love
You keep
that he
saying
deserves?
happy, happy,
I know,
happy.
I don't want to say happy. I
But
want to say
here's the
like,
thing: that happiness is not the goal of your marriage. Happiness is a byproduct of two people coming together, making a decision to work towards whatever goal they want to
I want
work
to know
towards.
what it is that Mirla wasn't happy about. She like Pastor Kyle saying, she keeps talking about happiness. What is it that she was not happy with after she's gushed over Gil time and time again?
If you continue to judge relationships by momentary feelings.
We're not trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together again right now.
No.
We understand that. But I think you should take it very seriously for your future. If you're starting to feel these kinds of emotions, talk about it with your partner. Try to work through with your partner. No one deserves to be blindsided.
Yeah.
And that's part of to me, the tragedy of this. I would love for you, for your future, to really figure out some of these feelings you have about money and safety and trust, because I think they're undermining you in ways they do not have to.
You know, I think that if I had asked you at the very beginning of this process, what would be the criteria that would have to be present for you to divorce your new husband? I don't think it's present here. And I feel like you need to dig into that and figure out really what happened. Why would you say no to the potential that was grown here? So that's where I'm thinking you might have to recalibrate whether marriage is for you
Marriage may not
and
be
what
for you.
divorce.
I mean, I don't know. Not to think about.
And Gil, man, listen, don't ever allow your past baggage to determine your future success.
And I get
You
that.
understand what I'm saying?
I completely understand that. It's one of those things that's just easier said than done.
Of course,
right?
I would hope you would take from this that you have great capacity for love, great capacity to be a great husband, and that you should feel surer and better of yourself, because I think what you've shown to me is a great future as a husband.
Absolutely. And Gil, I'm gonna
I definitely think that Gil is going to make a phenomenal husband. He does need some work on his mindset. He needs a growth mindset and stop thinking so small. But he does have really great qualities. He does like to communicate, and he when he loves, it seems like he loves hard, and he's really 100% in there. So I really hope that. Well, I already know his DMs are blowing up, especially with that new grown beard he got going on. His DMs are popping, so I'm pretty sure he'll hopefully find someone and be the husband that he wants to be, and be the husband that will be appreciated.
Fearless and Johnny are just BFFs.
December 19th.
I can't believe we have 30 more minutes to go. This has been like the longest episode ever. This really could have been wrapped up in 1 hour. 1 hour lifetime. We could have done this in 1 hour.
I miss filming.
You
Yeah, when we hang out, I always say, like, can somebody diary cam this?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I just want to ask you about the fun of this experience and what are the positive things you will take away from this experience. Zach, I want to start with you.
So Johnny misses filming. I wonder why.
The thing I took away from this experience was just meeting these people, a great group of women and men, and I really feel like they're gonna be lifelong friends.
This is the first time you and Mikhail have had a chance to be on the stage.
Michaela, why can't I just have him sit in that other chair?
I don't want him next to me. No.
Because you're saying all these things and it's like, how's that?
I'm indifferent.
Yeah. Mikhail, how about you? All right, let's move on. You guys all are great sports about social media, but is there anybody surprised by the reaction?
I like chirping back, so
We all know that, Ryan.
I typically, if I see something that I think is kind of funny, like not in a good light for me, I'll just be like, yeah, like just mess with them, be like, yes, thanks. I don't know, I kind of like to poke the agitators a little bit.
And they're usually shocked when you answer back, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and typically they don't think it's actually me doing it, which is even better. So I can continue to do it and go under the radar.
It's amazing how many people care about my showering habits. I'm unhygienic to them.
Got one right here.
Honey.
I swear I shower. On a daily basis, I swear.
Now she runs into people and she tells them to smell her.
I'm clean.
Gil, how are your DMs? Because the ladies have been a little excited about you on this show.
Ladies love cool Gil.
Gil's DMs are about to be popping.
I've been getting a lot of messages. It's funny because I got a nice mixture. I mean, obviously there's a lot of women in my DMs, but I've been getting a lot of guys in my DMs as well.
Wow, he's getting guys in his DMs too? Okay.
You know, it's not like guys are trying to hit on me. These are all heterosexual guys that watch the show with their wives, and they're just like congratulating me. And you know, getting love from all these people, these random people on social media is,
Wow.
I mean, it's good. It's cool.
I'm glad he's getting some encouragement from other heterosexual men that are letting him know that, you know, he did what he could. He did what he knew best to do.
Young lady, she's definitely.
And like Maya Angelou says, when you know better, you do better. And I think he will do better going forward.
Every week, it's maybe about anywhere from 10 to 12 posts on her live story about myself. And she's like, I'm only a flight away. Let me know if it doesn't work out. You know, we're meant to be. She's not the one for you. I'm here for you. And it's a weekly thing. Every Wednesday, 8:30 to 9 p.m. It's there.
Wow, he already has a prospect lined up, ready to go. Okay, Gil, I see you.
We all like her.
Jose, a lot of people are questioning your type. Do you want to straighten that out?
Yeah, I think it's funny that there's millions of people that think that I am on the wrong show and I'm attracted to the wrong person, and I'm like,
Wow.
I'm just like, I don't
Kevin
know.
is being so messy with these questions.
You know, we're happy, and
So,
this is my wife.
I guess, are you just going to come out and say you're not gay, Jose, or are we just going to skirt around it?
Especially if you know who you are. It's just one of those things where, I think it's funny, but yeah, it is what it is.
Since filming ended, some of you are playing on a volleyball team together.
Landed in their face, baby.
Can you tell us who was playing on the team and who was hanging out?
During filming, we had a volleyball scene. It was Zach, Brett, Mila, and I on a team, and we like kicked these guys' asses. And during that time, we were like, this is so much fun. We should do it again after the show.
Girla, I mean,
So
I'm
it's
saying
nice for,
Girla.
team for-
Mirla
What was our team?
is looking real excited sitting next to Johnny. She's smiling more than I think I've seen her smile throughout this whole 8 weeks. So I think she is low key feeling Johnny.
We went to Chicago. Well, first we went to Cancun together.
Mirror and Johnny.
So Mirla and Johnny had a private vacation to Cancun.
Johnny and Mirror. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna be there for a wedding anyway, and she was going with her coworker, or
For our birthday.
yeah, for her birthday. It just happened to be at the same place, same time.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a chance to hang out and check.
Just happened to be at the same place, same time, huh? Huh, Johnny?
You and Johnny are just BFFs.
See, they sitting there playing in Gil's face. I don't even blame him for getting mad right now. They are sitting there playing in Gil's face.
Now that this is over, most of you are single. Who do you think may have been better suited to be with someone? I'm not feeling too good right now.
Debbie didn't like that question.
And Marilyn, you and Johnny are just BFFs now. Oh wait, whoa, what are you?
We do hang out a lot because I feel like I get Mirla. She gets me, kind of talk her down when she's being a little too much of a diva.
But he doesn't do that though. We have a good time. We're besties.
Yo, what do you think of the friendship now?
I absolutely don't think nothing of it. No.
Yeah.
No comment.
Okay. All right. I hear you on that. Let's keep moving. And then, Rachel, let's talk about you and Jose. When that moment happened on the roof and Rachel called you Johnny, you didn't realize at that time she was just listing off the cast members, did you?
No, absolutely not. It was one of those things where it was kind of impulsive. Because I'm thinking, all right, we're already a couple weeks in. Like, you should know my name by now. Slip of the tongue.
That's all. It was just a slip of the tongue.
Right.
Jose, do you fully trust Rachel now?
I do. Without doubt.
No, you don't.
I want to ask all y'all.
Jose, you lying. You know you don't trust Rachel, especially after she done spent her night with her ex. I know you was feeling some type of way, but Lifetime decided to edit the part out where you probably cussed her out one more time for staying with her ex when you locked her out.
I would ask Jose to do something, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll get Rachel to go." Now it's, "Yeah, I'll ask Rachel if she wants to go." And I'm like, "Okay, boys and girls a little bit."
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about couples retreat. A lot of fun. Retreat.
Get into it.
I need
A tropical storm hit. In night 2, a lot of high winds came through. Hurricane K. Let's take a look.
Like, I don't like who you make. Like, I don't like how you make me feel, or like who I'm becoming. I'm like, I don't like myself right now. But I have to trust my gut, in my heart, in my mind. I have to remove myself from the situation.
I don't want you to drive out in the countryside. It's not safe.
Please, I'm just trying to leave. Now you're making it hard for me to drive.
Why are they playing this clip again? I don't think that showing this clip again of Hurricane K is necessary. I do feel some type of way about them perpetuating the angry black woman narrative. This whole thing is just problematic, and I don't like it at all.
Like, can I just leave? I'm begging. Can just let me leave, please? I can drive back, guys. I promise you. Please let me leave. Please, I'm not leaving. I'm going to be very happy on the way home. Just let me. Thank you. I will text you guys immediately when I get home.
And Zach begging to leave, like, it's so dramatic.
Get in. He's getting in the car. Ryan, if you're saying it's not no thing, then get in the car with him.
There's nothing we can do to make him not leave. He's a adult. Like, what are we supposed to do? Lay under the car?
I know that there was a lot of people online and on YouTube judging Michaela, but her reaction is probably a reaction a lot of people do. Is just not caught on camera. And Zach was not innocent in this situation. Her behavior is totally not acceptable, but I do feel like people are throwing stones from a glass house, and they need to cut Michaela some slack.
I remember in the moment when I saw Zach back out and literally leave, I had an overwhelming sense of fear, distress, anxiety, and it all just bubbled up. And so me knocking stuff over and going into the bedroom and needing a moment to myself was all of that expressing itself in a physical form. Now, I would never hurt anybody physically, right? Because if I wanted to do something physical, I would have. But it was I'm panicking. Automatically, my mind goes to my dad, right? He was in the middle of the night, upset, driving, got hit by a driver, and I was asking him, please just wait until the morning time. I will leave you alone. I won't come near you. I get it. You don't want to be near me. That's cool. But can you just wait, man? Like, that was my issue. And every time I see it, and every time I think back to that moment, I get emotional because that hurt me. And Zach does not regret it. Today, he probably still doesn't get about it. And it's hurtful. And it's mean. And it's vindictive.
Look, man, I was very clear why I left. I'm a grown man. I'm not an idiot. I would not put my life in danger. I would not do something stupid. I was fine to drive home. I'm sorry that you want to rationalize it, that me driving off made you do what you want to do, but that was not for you. I did that for me. That was for me.
Zach, I understand you did that for you, but you saying that you're not an idiot, it doesn't take an idiot to get hit by a drunk driver, Zach. So that was an insensitive comment.
He doesn't care. You don't care. And you never care.
Hold on, man. I'm so sorry that it hurt you. That was not my.
Shut up.
Michaela, you gotta let
Because he's
Michaela.
being pressured into it. Look at him smiling. He does not
No,
make that
but
apology.
Michaela, you have to let him answer. He is trying to apologize right now. You have to give him a chance. You have to give him a chance. Let him apologize. Hold on. Hold on for a second. Go ahead, Zach.
No comment.
But you want to finish what you were saying?
No.
These two are so toxic and so ridiculous. I just don't understand.
Say it regardless.
No, I think he was trying to apologize to you, Michaela. I don't think he was trying to drive.
I don't think so at all.
I want everybody to heal. I want everybody to heal. Zach, are you sure is there anything you want to say?
I'm done.
Okay.
These two are like night and day. And awkward as AF.
Let's move on. Now that this is over and most of you are single, who do you think may have been better suited to be with someone else?
I knew that question was coming. I'm not feeling too good right now, so. I'm done with this.
Devin, you didn't like that question. Maybe. I don't know.
Johnny, back up.
To go through this and know that I'm divorced now, you know, for real. And that's why a long time ago I decided to tell myself I'm going to be a very positive and very optimistic person, and all I want to do is bring joy and smile to people. I cannot do that today because my energy was so crappy. I was feeling so negative. But that's going to be a minute. We should keep going.
No, we can't keep going.
People are so nonchalant about this because they know, if it don't work out, just get divorced, whatever. I didn't go into this like for that. I want a spouse. I want a monogamous relationship with one person that we can grow and build a life together. This isn't conducive for me, and this pisses me the hell off. And that's why I can't sit in there anymore.
It hurts.
I don't even blame you, Gil.
Well, Jose and Rachel will definitely be with each other.
Hey, things don't work out, Jose.
I just can't wait to get back home. I'm done with it.
The theatrics of it all. It's the theatrics for me.
Work went into this Christmas pageant.
So I'm guessing that they're not going to talk about how the rumors are that Bao and Zach are together. Is that what's not happening tonight? That's what I've been pretty much waiting to see, whether they were going to confirm or deny these rumors. But we have 5 more minutes left of this long, drawn-out episode, so we'll have to see what happens in the next 5 minutes.
These guys, these guys are party animals, and I'm for it.
That was great. I like that.
I love that. Listen, it is almost time to say goodnight. First, I want to show everyone an exclusive peek of season 14 of Married at First Sight, which is currently being filmed right now in Boston. I can't believe we're back.
So they're going to Boston for the next season. I will probably have to bow out and not review the next season. I am so glad this season is finally over.
I want the peanut butter to my jelly. No, I'm peanut butter. I want the jelly to my...
So they're going to Boston for the next season, and I probably will have to bow out and not review next season. I'm just so glad this season is finally over. It's been very toxic, discouraging, explosive, abusive, and minimal accountability with many of the cast members. There were mind games, disrespect, and a lot of confusion. Married at First Sight really needs to do better. So good luck with the next season. I will probably watch, but I will not review because sitting through these episodes for 2 hours at a time and taking notes and being stressed and seeing all of this unfold on TV when I want to be a part of a journey to helping people be successful in their relationships is where my heart is and what I really want to talk about. So I will be back in December with real life relationship tips and videos. In the meantime, check out my playlists. The link will be in the description. And comment below what type of relationship topics would you all like for me to talk about, whether it's romantic or parental relationship dynamics or any other relationship shows you would like for me to review. I want to wish everyone a very happy and safe holiday season. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.